Tuesday morning. Got 0 degrees Fahrenheit. And we are newly outfitted with a beautiful set of chains that are making, it's completely changed this machine. I've had so much problems with this grade, the conditions, the ice, and then the mud, and it's really had me a little bit on edge. Ben will vouch for that. But I want to try to make a video. It's going to be different. Real stuff that really kind of helped me with hard times, with jobs, and life in general, I guess. So once you find a path, you do everything you can to get there. And back when I was younger, I started out in the warehouse, basically building pallets type of deal for the trucks. Basically, you have your night orders. Either way, there was 3 of us, and I think it was the 5th or 6th month I hurt my back, my lower back. Pretty significantly, where I hurt the discs and had to go out and do a little bit of physical therapy, see a chiropractor, that type of deal. Either way, I was out of work for a little bit. I came back to the job, and I think I went in and out a couple times because it was one of them. I'm 18 years old at the time, 19, whatever it was, and I was there, but I had other things that I wanted to do, and it wasn't a passion of mine type of deal. Nonetheless, I signed a release form with them saying that I was back 100%, blah, blah, blah. And a couple days later, another employee was, rousing me up a little bit. And we were about the same age. And I didn't take it really well. And I ended up running my mouth and telling him that the difference between him and I was he needed to work there. I didn't. Word got to the management about my choice of words, and I found out how much I really needed that job, because the next day I was called into the office and relieved of my duty. And what I'm kind of getting at here, and I don't know how I'm going to sum all this up into a video because it's long. It's a long way of thinking mentality here, but I'm trying to basically talk to y'all like fucking. I'll give you a couple channels right off the top of my head, because besides individuals I got the encouragement and the insight from a lot of people on YouTube. Really. Buck and Billy Ray. And then you got Logger Wade and Cotton Top and Stevie Billows and Wrangler Star and One Lonely Farmer. All these guys, they got passion in what they do. Wade is somebody I relate with quite a bit because he's pretty high strung at work. He's always trying to get a rouse out of somebody. That's the way I am a lot of times, and that's why I have certain people that'll kind of feed off of it and use it for good, and I've got other people that don't like to be around me. Because they don't understand that that's just, it's a personality thing. And I was, like I said, I was getting paid extremely well for what I was doing. It was hard work, it was long hours, but the problem was I didn't have my heart in it. And there was a lot of absolute garbage jobs that I had after that, where there were things that I could have been passionate for, like landscaping, plowing, things like that. But the problem with that in the area that we're in is you have no support. There's nobody to hold these guys' feet to the fire. I work for 2 or 3 different contractors. And the pay stopped. And the guys are like, oh, well, it happens, you know, sometimes. After the first month and a half of no pay, being an 18-year-old kid, luckily on the living situation, it wasn't that big of a deal with that. Either way, trying to get on your own, especially having a wife, trying to start a little family, it wasn't right. And the guys that I was working with were going through the motions of the job. They had other priorities, we'll say that. Some with drugs, some with alcohol. They were getting their money regardless from other places. And it was just a bad vibe. Basically, I love the work, but it didn't work out. So then I got a lucky break. After a couple more jobs, and I'm not going through it all. I've got to cut more of this out than I want to, but I don't think I'll hold enough of an audience retention doing it this way. But then I went to DOT. That was back in 14. Might have been 15, something like that. And in between that time, I had a guilt to me, being a married man, being 23, 24, whatever it was. And actually we had my son that year. I had a feeling like I was never really going to amount to anything. I couldn't find a job that I could settle down at and you know, buy a nice house, buy nice cars, all this materialistic garbage. I gotta get that off of there. But either way, I wanted to provide for my wife and kids. That was my main priority. Come on. There she be. Alright guys. So Cameron died in the middle of doing logs. I don't know where we were. I know we were kind of on a run. Well, maybe. Either way. Try to stick with positive people if you can. To any of my buddies out of DOT. I know some of y'all watch it. And a couple of you have already made the change. Mr. Wyatt, I see you in the comment section there once, twice. Good for you, buddy. But you need to well, you don't need to do nothing. You could just sit there and suck up the 30 years. Complain about it the whole time, or you can change. And I'm not gonna say I was Mr. Sunshine on the rainy day, because sometimes, a lot of times, being around that negativity was a battle within yourself to be positive. I tried. But working in some of the holes that we were in, some of the places, man, it brought out the positivity in me. I just enjoyed work, and I enjoy work. But seriously, have a discussion with yourself, have a discussion with your spouse. If it's hurting you at home, especially, because I know it really, I brought a lot of crap home. Don't think you're stuck, unless you are. You know, I mean, if you accept the fact that you're stuck in a job that you do not like, but it pays the bills and the family's taken care of, and you're just coping with them facts, whatever. But if you have an inkling to go out and do what you want to do, and the money's going to be 9 times out of 10, the money's probably going to be better, and you're going to be a lot happier. Figure out what you're wanting to do and attack it. I mean, half of the time at DOT, I was having enough fun just picking on people. And that was what helped me cope. And I'm sorry if you were one that I was picking on pretty heavy. But like I said, it was just a coping deal. It wasn't me trying to bash you. And sometimes it was kind of like a tough love situation. I guess I really had no place doing it, but some of the guys I called a spade a spade. And other people would be like, it's a state, you're secure, and I don't feel like doing anything today. And I don't really buy into that mindset. I never have. Actually, I have when I was young. And then you grow up. Some people don't. That's everything, eh? Nonetheless, happiness is out there if you just take the time to find it. I'm doing something right now that I really never thought I could do. I thought this was something that you either had to be raised up in or had family in it in order to get in it. You know, everybody's looking for experience, and then all of a sudden nobody wants to work. And then these type of, I mean, you know, and I'm just a skidder guy for a logging operation now. I mean, I'm not the CEO of anything. I'm not. But in all honesty, I wouldn't be happy doing that. I mean, maybe I would. I guess I'm not giving it enough of a chance, but I'm a dirt in the fingernails type of guy. I'm not happy unless I'm doing something. You know, it don't matter what it is. I've always loved tractors. I've always loved that type of deal. And I worked for John Deere for a couple of years. And I screwed the boots with that job. And getting inspired from some of the individuals there. I don't want to be like that. You know, I mean, it's a horrible way to look at things, and it's a horrible way to think, but it's honest. It's the truth. There are people that all they want to do is stay at home with mommy and daddy, which, you know, that's whatever, but I don't think that's the way we were ever programmed. And do as little as possible. Go home and complain about how rough of a day and how you were treated like crap, you know? It's what y'all want to do. I didn't want to do it no more. So I took an opportunity that came at me. And boy, am I glad I did. Either way, guys, God bless y'all. And we'll see you next time.